Hey, what's up, everyone? It's been about a week. I'll explain that. But nah, we got chapter 27 here, Moment of Fate. Let's go. Of all the battles in the war so far, the contest for Fort Pinel is the fiercest to date. And from this horrific clash of weapons and wills, the Crimean army emerges bloodied and exhausted, yet victorious. The prize of Fort Pinel is no small thing, but it is the promise of additional reinforcements from Gallia, and the large Bignon army encamped in Castle Dayin that keeps the breath of hope alive in the soldiers' hearts. There is one other pivotal piece of Dayin's defense of the former Crimean capital, the severely undermanned Castle Nados. As the day's end draws near, Tavarn's small force of Hawks and Galleons cease their attacks and return to camp headquarters. I like the music. Alright, and here we go. Moment of Fate. Chapter 27, Moment of Fate, to be exact. Alright. So let's see what's going on. Ah, well met. From the looks of things, the battle ended in our favor. We claimed victory, yet Dayin had more troops than we expected, and it was a hard-fought battle. I don't have the best news to report either. What is it? As the day ended, we withdrew as planned, but as we were leaving, reinforcements began flooding in from the capital. That's a piece of ill news. The men that were originally guarding the castle were nothing special, but there was one who appeared mid-battle and crushed an entire unit by himself. He was so much stronger than the others. It was as if a wolf had appeared in a kennel of blind newborn pups. What did he look like? He was covered from toe to tip in black armor. That made it difficult to judge his size, but I think he was bigger than me. If my intuition is right, he's the villain you've all been talking about. The Black Knight. He's in that castle? And battle reports. Earned 282, spent more, but still rich, so it doesn't matter. Combat XP, bonus EXP. Valencia is a new ally. No deaths, no injuries beyond capabilities to heal, exceedingly well performance, all by leave excuse. Oh, that was short-lived, but hey, I'll get all this done, outfit, manage, and then I'll come back, do supports info. Hopefully we've got a couple more. I'll see you guys in a few. Alright, we're back. Now that we're back, we're gonna do some supports. Alright, so let's see. Alright, Ike and Valencia, let's go. Almost hit Soren, that would have been bad. Is there something wrong, Princess? Oh, my Lord Ike, I was getting prepared for battle, but I'm having a hard time attaching the scabbard to my belt. Let me see. Here's the problem. The buckle on the scabbard isn't fastened. There's a little trick to this. Don't move for a second. Alright, that should do it. Thank you. I just can't seem to do anything right. I can't even get myself ready for battle. Everyone else is all suited up. Everyone here was the same way when they first started. In fact, it wasn't all that long ago when I was having a hard time fastening my scabbard. Really? That's right. But my father drilled me hard and tested my swordsmanship and survival skills before I could eat breakfast. We come from different worlds, Princess. So that's how you learned so much. Well, you don't need to practice so hard. You weren't born to be a mercenary like the rest of us war dogs. You'll just get yourself killed if you jump into this rough and nasty war unprepared. I understand. Just don't worry about it. There's no shame in asking for help from the rest of us. We'll be there to back you up. Thank you, my Lord Ike. Anytime, Princess Valencia. So that was nice. And then, what? I didn't know you could... Alright, I'll take it. Let's go straight to B, I guess. Princess Valencia, you're still here? Oh, my Lord Ike. Well, I was getting a little practice in. I don't want to be a burden to everyone else. Wouldn't it be better to have a training partner? I feel guilty asking someone to train with me. It would be a waste of time. I'm no match for their skill. I meant what I said earlier, about not hesitating to ask for help, but I guess you decided to ignore me. No, it's not like that at all. I heard what you said, but I still feel so... I know how powerless and frustrated you must feel. It was a terrifying feeling when I discovered my father had left me in command of the Grail mercenaries. But there's a huge difference between inheriting a country and a band of mercenaries, isn't there? Not at all. You're absolutely right. It's hard, knowing what kind of responsibility I have, and just how unsuited I am to take it. Over the last year, I learned a lot from all those battles. Mostly, I learned that there are many things I can't do on my own. Everything I achieved was possible only because of the people around me. I trust them completely, and I'm not ashamed to ask for help. That goes for you too. You're not alone. That's a great way to look at it. Thank you. Alright, and didn't get the A one in that time, apparently. I didn't know you could get two levels of support in one map. I thought you had to get the C before you could start working on the B, and get the B before you could work on the A. Apparently that's not the case. Learn something new every day, I suppose. And Jeffrey, okay. I would imagine, I don't know why she can't have one with Lucia as well. I think that's kind of weird, but whatever. It's whatever this game feels like doing, I suppose. No, don't want to do that. Oh, okay, we got one of these. Let's see how this goes. Back already. A little bird landed on my shoulder and whispered some very juicy information in my ear. Most of it matches perfectly with what I've heard Ike tell the princess. Yes, the information I'm not sharing with you is most interesting indeed, delectable even. You never could resist a tasty morsel of gossip. We all our habits have. In any case, my doubts about you and Commander Ike have been put to rest. How kind of you. That's all I need to say. I just thought I'd ease your concerns. Consider it a professional courtesy. Bastion? Yes? You're well suited to skulking behind the scenes and playing the puppeteer. Have you considered a change in employer? My alliance is with the Crimean royal family. I'm sure you understand. Suit yourself. Alright, Lucia. Wow, really? Shinon, Gotri. You know what? We don't use them. Sure, why not? Let's see what they have to say to each other. Huff. Puff. Maybe I should... Oh, or then again I could... no, I won't do that. Hey. Oh, hey, Shinon. What in the heck are you doing? It's really annoying. Shh, it's a secret. Whatever, see you around. Well, wait, I'm just joking. Stop being so mean and listen for a second. I will if you buy dinner tonight. Oh, wow. Alright, but you better give me good advice. Of course. So what's on your mind? I'm thinking about the reward that we're going to get. I'm not sure what to do with it. Up to you. Spend it however you please. But every time I spend money, you give me a hard time. I do? How? What about the other day when I bought the ultimate shield? Oh, Lord. Gotri, that was a castle gate. Hey, did you ever give that back? The guard thought you were a thief. I remember the Speed Bring 4000, the secret elixir that boosts speed just by sprinkling it over your body? You mean that putrid snake oil? You dumped the whole bottle on your head without smelling it first. But that wonderful little potion worked. I did move faster. You move faster because 30 stray dogs are chasing you. See? You're giving me a hard time again. Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Wow, it sure is fun to tell you the truth and have you grumble at me in return. No, I didn't mean to... sorry. You're too honest sometimes. You're embarrassing me. Alright, let's go eat. Now that's spending wisely. Yeah, let's... Wait a minute, you didn't help me at all. This isn't part of the deal. That sounds like he's just dumb with money. The ultimate shield. Alright, so we got a 2-star with Titania. Let's see what goes on. Commander, can I speak to you for a moment? What is it, Titania? I have something important to ask of you. Alright, what is it? I want you to tell me about the night Commander Grail was killed. I understand that it's difficult for you. However, I need to know. I have to. Just tell it once. It's all I ask. If you can't, his death will be something I'll never be able to face. I feel I've done you a terrible disservice by not telling you earlier. It's just that there was a lot I had to get clear in my own mind. I know I've kept you waiting. So you'll tell me? Yes, I think I've finally come to a point where I can face it. Alright, whenever you're ready. That night, I've already told you everything up to where I was on my way into the forest, right? At the head of the path, Father had told me to go back to the fort, but I had a bad feeling and followed him anyway. When I entered the clearing, he and the Black Knight were already fighting. They seemed to be evenly matched at first. Then they exchanged a few more blows, and suddenly Father was sent flying. They spoke to each other for a moment, but I was so far away I couldn't hear what they said. Then the Black Knight threw a sword at Father's feet. I think he wanted Father to pick it up and use it. But Father didn't touch the sword. He just readied his axe again and charged. It was over in an instant. I couldn't believe my eyes. They looked like they were embracing, just standing there, frozen. But I saw the Black Knight's blade. It was protruding from Father's back and shining in the moonlight. Oh, Grail. When the knight pulled his sword out, Father staggered and fell backwards. I ran and tried to catch him, but I couldn't hold him, and we both fell to the ground. The wound Father had taken was terrible, but at that point he was still alive. The Black Knight approached and said, "Give it to me." I had no idea what he was talking about. I do now, though. He had been sent by King Ashnar to retrieve the medallion. Father told him he'd thrown the medallion away, but the knight didn't believe him. Then he tried to get Father to talk by threatening to kill me, and missed. I was so angry I leapt up and attacked him, but it was useless. I didn't give up, though. I didn't care what happened to me, and I attacked again. Of all the stubbornness... If King Gallia hadn't been nearby, I probably would have died that night, too. After the Black Knight vanished, all I could think was that I didn't want Father to die. He was still alive. I thought if I could just get him back to the fort, we could save him. I clung to that false hope and started walking toward the light of the fort. I just kept walking. Thank you, Ike. It must have been so hard for you. Titania. Commander Grail died on your back. His last moments must have been much happier than I had imagined. Thank you. Now I can finally move past my grief. Titania. Yes? There's something else I haven't told you about. I met him. I met the Black Knight again. What? We fought. You did well to keep your life. I'm not the same boy I was on that night. I've grown a lot. I've worked hard. Yet, even so, I wasn't able to defeat him. There's nothing you can do about that. Not even Commander Grail could defeat him. You're not ready to. It's not that. It's not that my blade work wasn't good enough. Then, what do you mean? Titania, it's his armor. It's impervious to damage. What? That's not possible. Even the strongest... He said his armor had been blessed by the goddess. He said only weapons that were also blessed could hurt him. Where are we supposed to get something like that? I have one here. Ah, Ike, that sword, where? The night after Father died, I went back to that clearing by myself. I'd hoped to find some clues that might help me hunt down the knight. The sword was still there. I brought it back with me, and I've been hiding it ever since. I wasn't thinking about using it. I believed that if I just carried the sword with me, I'd meet the Black Knight again. And it worked. So this sword will work against him. It's supposed to. It was made to contest Alondite, which is a sword wielded by the Black Knight. Do you think you have a chance? I'll win. Alright, I won't stop you. Use that sword to avenge Commander Grail. But listen, Ike, you must promise me one thing. What is it? When you meet him, you'll exchange blows. If, at that moment, you don't feel you stand a chance, you must flee. There are times when running away is not the same as losing. Don't you believe in me, Titania? Of course I do. One day you will defeat the Black Knight. I'm sure of it. That's why I don't want you to lose your life on the first go-around. When the time comes, I promise not to interfere, and I won't let anyone else interfere either. I want you to face him one-on-one, and I want you to be calm and use your own best judgment. At times, withdrawing can be the key that unlocks a future victory. Don't forget that. Understood. Alright. So we've got a sword to throw the Black Knight with. Don't have it right now, but we have a sword. So let's go ahead and save and get prepared to do this chapter. So let's just save it like right here. Alright. So I guess we'll end. Leave base, yes.